All right, well, everybody asked for it, so here we are. We are back at the trailer park again, and we are here to pull the pump out today. So if you remember the last video, we came down here and we inspected it. We found out that the drop pipe, the galvanized drop pipes, had a hole in it. So once we got here, we also realized that the bladder tanks were bad. So I tried to give the owner an estimate for everything, and he did not want me to replace the tanks. So he decided he was going to do that on his own, and there are a few other things that I'm going to replace. But I gave him 3 different estimates, 3 different possible scenarios. One was to replace everything and update it. One was to do the tanks and the pump, and one was just to do the pump. So he went to the cheapest possible route, just wants to replace the pump. So that's what we're going to do. And right now, Dad is backing the crane down here. So we got to get the crane in, got to take the lid off, got to pull all this stuff out, and then we're going to swap it all over to poly, make it easier. That's what the customer wants. And we're going to stick a 1.5 horses in the well instead of a big 3 horsepower, and go from there. All right, we got the crane in. I gotta figure out, I gotta go turn the power off to this thing. Now you check this out. So this is how they pour chlorine in the well to sanitize it. It's kind of crazy, some of the stuff people do. Well pump, boom. Okay, next thing we got to do is drain the system, get it all the way empty. We got to remove the union, take the plug out of the top of the T, and then we'll start to pull this system out. All right, we got the power off, so got to take the control box apart and get the wires out of it. We're gonna have power in and power out, and we're gonna just put a junction box here, and we're gonna swap it over to a 2-wire pump. All right, we know we need the lift plug. Got to get him the weight. Ooh, that's heavy. There you go. Oh, do you need to find a spot to mount that thing? No, we're good for right now. All right, so we got the union all taken apart. We got the square plug taken out. Next thing we got to do is put our lift plug in. We're going to tighten this. We're going to tighten it with our pipe wrenches, and then the lift plug gets hooked to the pull stem. All right, crane is in position.
It won't go to that one. We're not going to pull with that. Okay.
Yeah, so that is the fast line, that's the slow line. We pull with the slow line. So what I got to do, I got to hop in there, just take the union apart. We need to pull the weight out of the way and get it set up. All right, you want to, let's go ahead and,
I think it's ready to go.
it's not. See where you're at? We need to boom forward just a little.
Oh.
That's perfect. I think that's good. Downward flat, there you go. All right, we're all locked on. Give it an upward pull. Boom. All right, let's go up a little, and then we'll put the pump dog on. Because remember, this pipe has got a hole in it, so the pipe's compromised.
Now, do you have the knife I gave you yesterday?
Yes, I have it in my pocket.
Excellent. We're going to need that.
Keep the wire out of the well seal. Okay. Okay. Pump dog.
The pump dog has not been set yet.
Correct. I say you damn near hit it on the head. Okay. Keep the no real way of keeping the wire out of the pump dog.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just gonna be
We're just going to pull it slowly.
Yep. All right. Just Go ahead.
Because all that pipe goes out anyway.
Yeah.
Justin, nope.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got to see it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? Ooh, that's nasty.
That shows you how high the water level is. He said it had a really, really high static water level. And we're like 7 foot out.
And it's wet.
And it's wet. That's a good thing.
Yeah, look at the water. I can see it.
Oh wow, 3 foot.
Yeah.
3 foot down, 4 foot down. There's our first joint, I believe. All right. All right. You got to get the wire around to the other side. There you go. All right, that's good. Hey, whoever put this in did a good job. They taped the couplings.
Yeah, they take the coupling. Not yet, Just. You won't need it until you get it broken.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you pull. We cannot let it spin in the pump dog. Pull, 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 pull.
Okay, hold on, folks.
We need cheater bars or bigger pipe wrenches.
Yeah, bigger pipe wrench.
Ooh, they got that tight. It shouldn't have any water in it if the drop pipe has a hole below it. That's it. All right, Dad, up. Okay, Mike, let go of that. Let go of the wire, don't even touch it. Now walk that towards the trailer and don't let go of it.
Mike, do me a favor, take that wire just in case and take it out this way.
Up.
There you go.
Up. Stop. Can't block that. Go on.
Been a long time since that's been out of the ground.
He said 8 years.
Really? I got one aluminum pipe here.
Good. Right now we're still hooked to it. I'm gonna cut that wire here in a second.
Yeah.
That's got work. Okay. Up. Down. I'm gonna go get a pair of wire pliers. Yeah.
Bill, do you got a pair of rubber stick and put where we can burn it? There you go. Here you go, Phil.
I might have my hand.
All right, so yeah, we got, this would be our 60-foot joint, and we came down and they had a torque arrestor, but look how they had it. They didn't have it like normal. They had it stacked on top of one another. It's so strange. And what they did, they had a wire failure in the past, and they spliced it, and it looks like maybe they spliced it with maybe a wire nut or something. It's kind of crazy. But we're gonna go ahead and remove all this crap. Oh, look at that. There's one wire splice, and then there's another wire splice. There's 2 splices in 10 inches of one another.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. All right, let's go ahead and lower it back down so we can work on the coupling.
Pipe fell back on.
Not yet.
This should click off.
All right. Go ahead. Good deal. Ready to go.
I got your pipes.
We're too high.
Yeah, we all know.
We're too high. First off.
Let's sit right there. Maybe. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that was tight.
I got it, Mike. Because I know how hard I'm pushing with one, I can push the other.
Yeah, you can't spin it down there. It might fall.
There's too much stuff to work around in here.
It is. There's not enough room around it. I guess it could be more.
Down, up, down.
What did they use last time?
All right, so check this out. So this is their pipe failure, and look.
It's like a check valve spring.
Yeah, it looks like a check valve spring coming out of the pipe itself. Wow, look at that.
On your video, man. On
That's
your video.
cray cray. All right, let's go up a little. Yep. All right. Well, that'll be 100 foot at least.
Any good height or higher?
Hold on. Yeah, we're good. That's good.
Very wire cutters.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I dented that pipe.
I believe it.
That pipe is deformed.
Yeah, well, you replace one, you replace them all.
This one might have one.
Take the towel off. You're binding me up.
Should have a little water, right?
Didn't.
Nope.
That spring may be out of the check valve. The check valve could be bad in the pump.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whew. Inch and a quarter, man. 2 inch, 2.5, 3 inch. That's real hard.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Something's gotta be letting all that water out. Oh no. Look right here.
Another one?
Yeah, watch this.
Oh yeah, look at it.
Yeah,
right there.
Oh, good God.
And another one right below it. Yeah, a foot below it.
So that's 3 holes.
Man, this is all failure. Wow.
He said his light bill was high.
I'd imagine. Sure hope you got your derrick up enough.
I got 4 feet.
Yeah, you good. You got to get above this.
I got 2 feet.
Full bump.
All right.
Kind of stacking.
Hopefully y'all can see this in the video. I'm just making it worse.
You got this side will do it.
Yeah, she blew.
Wow. So Grumpus pumps are all stainless steel impellers. So because this thing's been running non-stop for like 6 weeks to 2 months, the impellers have gotten so hot, it's changed the color of the stainless steel. That is crazy.
Okay, let's lay that.
All right, now that the motor's all off, a little bit easier to talk. But so the old pump was a 3 horsepower, 20 gallon a minute. And this well has like a 4-foot static level, and apparently it makes like 40 or 50 gallons per minute. We're going back in with a 1.5 horse 15 gallon a minute pump. Now the 15 gallon a minute pump has the capability of pumping around 18 gallons per minute, so that's why we decided to go with it. And it's a smaller pump, so we can put it on poly, but because it's a 1.5 horse, we're going to go ahead, we're going to upgrade our wire size to number 10, and we're going to do the entire rest of the system just like my other videos, just like a typical residential system. Now the old pump, if you factor everything in, it was at 147 foot. We're going to put the new pump at 140 foot and call it a day. Well, I'm in here in the pump house while the guys are finishing the pump system up, and I'm going to take apart their old heavy duty pressure switch here. Now this is called like a Series C pressure switch, and the reason it's so big and bulky compared to all the other switches on the market or ones you've seen me use is because a regular pressure switch has a limitation for how big of a horsepower it can handle. Now a switch this big is supposed to be capable of handling like a 3 horsepower pump or even a 5 horsepower pump. Now a 5 horsepower pump is probably its limit. Now the way that they had this set up, which is slightly ridiculous in a few little ways here, this was not used to transfer the 240 volts to the well pump. This was used only for 115 volt, to where it would close the contacts on the 3-wire control box. That was its purpose. So because all it did was close the switch, it closed the contacts in the 3-wire control box. It didn't have like a high amp load, so in theory it didn't need to be a big heavy duty switch. It just needed to be a regular old pressure switch. Now I think maybe the way that the system used to be in the past was it probably had a 2 or 3 horsepower, and they had this big bulky switch on here, and it actually did control the pump. And then somewhere along the line they switched over to something like this that controls the pump. Because the old pump that came out, if we look at this, you've got a start capacitor, you've got, this is your contact here, and I believe this right here creates the magnetic current to pull the magnetic contactor in, and you have to follow the diagram per the instructions. But basically you have a switch wire and you have a hot that sends power to the box to energize the, the magnetic pull-in to click the contactor in to make the pump turn on. And you have to be able to turn this on and off based off water pressure. So this is basically just like an electronic on-off switch on the wall, and this controls the on-off switch based on water pressure. So it's just one more thing in the system. But we're gonna get rid of the 3-wire control box because we don't need it. We're putting a 2-wire pump in. We're gonna simplify the system. And then because Grumpus, the SQ models, have a soft start, we don't need to worry about it. The amp draw on a soft start isn't a instantaneous load. It's a nice and easy soft load. So it's not gonna be an issue with a bigger pump burning out a pressure switch. Now another problem is that they used galvanized. Golly, that is in there. They used galvanized here, and galvanized is notorious for plugging up. And I'm kind of curious if this is plugged up, because if it is, a big 3 horsepower pump can build so much pressure it can blow the pipe out. And it looks good, it looks clear. But we're gonna get rid of all of it. All the galvanized is gonna go related to the switch, and it's gonna get swapped over to either stainless steel or brass. Time to go get a bigger pipe wrench. Well, I went ahead and assembled my pressure switch. I want to show you a comparison. So this is what they had set up, very similar to mine, and this is what I have. So basically I just used a stainless steel nipple, stainless steel T, a brass nipple, and 2 reducers. They used all galvanized. The problem with galvanized is it has a life expectancy and a point of failure, because the inside of galvanized can plug up with, you know, rust, iron, sediment, whatever. It can plug up, and then the diaphragm can't read the pressure, and then the pump will either stay running, build way too much pressure, or it won't trigger, and then the system will just die and shut off. So with this setup here, we don't have to worry about it. So I've got my liquid Teflon in there. So all we have to do now is not cross thread it and just tighten it up. I'm basically just going to tighten it hand tight, since I have such a big grasp on it. That way I don't crack the PVC, because that would be the worst possible thing to happen, would be to crack that PVC. And now all I have to do is just get the wire that comes from the panel box, slip it in conduit, get me some fittings, put them in here, and then run the wire from the well outside through conduit. I'm gonna make it all nice and neat and run it into the side of the box, and then we're gonna turn it on. So while I've been inside hooking up the pressure switch, Dad came out here, got this all cleaned up. He went ahead and put a bag of chlorine in the well, and the guys are over here, they're finishing putting the pump together. I think they got the pump all done, and they're putting on the well seal now. We're gonna use a steel heavy duty well seal and 140 foot of pipe and wire. We did add an additional check valve to the top of the pump, all stainless steel, everything. And all we got to do now is do a little bit of tidying up, and I got to finish the wiring on the pressure switch. I just wanted to come out here and make sure the power was off before I did anything. I'm gonna drop the brand new pump in. See if I can show y'all down there how close that water level is. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, crazy close to the surface. All right, I energized the breaker, and now I have to test to see which one of these is the 240 volt. I believe it's this one. All right, I got 248 on it. Test this just for, okay, nothing. And nothing. Okay, so this wire here and this wire here are dead, and this is my main feed in. That's all I needed to know. I was a little frustrated earlier because I realized this wire that I needed, he put the brand new tanks right on top of the wire. So I had to successfully lean the tanks over, not break the pipe, and get the wire out from underneath it. We can make do with that. Okie dokie. Alright, I decided to go ahead and leave a note up here for a decade in the future. We'll know exactly what's in here. I've got my conduit ran to my heavy duty pressure switch. Got it come over here. That's on the power feed from the panel box. Went ahead and marked all my wires black since it's 240 volt. This thing was frustrating. If any plumber's ever hooked up a heavy duty switch, you'll know how frustrating that is. We're gonna go ahead now, set the lid on it, tighten that down, clean my fingerprints off, and then we get to go outside. Everything out here is done. Ow! Everything out here is good. Now all I got to do is find a way to hook all that apparatus up. Alright, so I formulated a game plan. I went ahead and just used this gray 1.25" union, and this 6x6 was our 6x6. It was not here. They didn't have anything here, but I used it to support the weight of the pipe, and honestly I think it needed to be that way the whole entire time. That way it keeps all the stress off of all the fittings on the bottom of the tanks, and it's not I don't think it's perfectly lined up here, but if it is, we'll find out here in a second when I put a male adapter. If not, I'll do a couple 90s or something, go the other way, do something kind of like they have over there, but I don't know. Got a little bit of plumbing to do. Okay, so I figured out how I'm gonna do this. It's not the most ideal route, but that's what we got. The angle from here straight to here is off by about, I don't know, 15 degrees. One of them's pointing down and one of them's pointing up. So we're gonna do some double 90 action. Now I wanna make sure these are the right angle. And they both look like they are. Okay.
Yep.
It'll be a yellow jacket. I think I pissed him off.
Yeah.
In, twist, and in. Good deal. Alright, we're done there. We put this old nasty well vent back on. Save money wherever you can for me, buddy. Alright, boss. Alright. Okay. Alright, we're gonna let the glue set up for about 60 seconds. And then we're gonna go ahead and energize the system. Now, while we wait, we're gonna go ahead and take these channel locks and we're gonna tighten the well seal bolts a little, because we've got a 4-foot static level. And when you have such a high static level, you worry about the well seal jumping when the pump kicks off. Now, because it's a Grumpus, it's a soft start, but it still has the ability to jump when it turns off. And we don't want any of this system moving at all. We also don't want to make it easy for anybody who thinks that they can steal it, so they don't scrap the wire and pull it up and scrap the pump. Because that was one thing that the owner of this had mentioned, that the only part about it being on galvanized was that nobody could steal it. But I don't see anybody wanting to steal this and shutting their own water off. But, you know, in today's world, who knows? It's good. Done and done. Cool. All right, well, this is all complete, and we're gonna take a pop inside. All of this is complete, so we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead, open this. All right, we're good there. We're gonna turn the system on. We're gonna come in here and see what happens. Hey, there we go. We get all the air out of it, all the pipe dope out of it, and all the glue out of it. You can already see right here. You don't want to send that up to the trailer, because they don't have any filter on any of this. Wow, yeah. Might as well let this run for a little while. Get some of that nasty water out of it. That's a killer amount of flow that this thing's putting out. Like, I've got a 3/4 inch boiler drain open, and it's still climbing. That's a good pump. It's a really good pump. Wash my hands because they're kind of black. Now, I went ahead, I left him the old pump since it was still working. I didn't want to take it home with me and scrap it. And then he'd call me and tell me, hey, I want my old pump, bring it back. And then I got to drive an hour to bring it back. So, well, we are all done. I just let the system run outside. We wasted probably a couple 100 gallons of water. And I came in here and used it to clean off the concrete a little bit. The system works good. I watched it pump up and cycle off probably 6 times. And I went ahead and turned the valve on. Unfortunately, the water's going to be a little dirty because we had to pull the pump out. So all that black stuff, that manganese and iron buildup, all that got knocked loose in the well. So I tried to let it run long enough to where it could help it. It was slowly getting a little bit better, but they're going to have to do it on their own. Each individual house probably needs a filter, but I don't know. It's, you know, I was hired to do what I did. I gave him 3 quotes and he chose the cheapest one. It is what it is. You can only do so much. Another crazy thing is he put a heat lamp up top. That is so dangerous. All right, well, system's on, valve's on. Got the cover to the actual well portion of it all done. We're gonna go ahead and lock it all back up, call the owner and let him know that it's ready to go. Good deal. Okie doke, fellas. It's 2 o'clock, time to go get some lunch. Well, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. We were quick and fast about it. There was a whole lot of people without water, so you wanna get it knocked out pretty quick. But thank y'all for watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I want to say something. 85% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. If you watch the video and you're not subscribed, just click the button. Please just click the button. I'm at 60,000, almost 60,000 subscribers. Only y'all can help me get to 100,000. If you can help me get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year, that would be epic. Only y'all can do that. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you like it. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Be good.